After 4 heat-seeking rounds in southern Indiana, we are here with the final round of the 2022 PDGA Amateur Disc Golf World Championship. It's the FA1 division back at the Princeton Country Club. Grant Zellner alongside Sai Ananda, former champion of this very tournament, ready to bring you this exciting final round.
Thanks so much, Grant. I'm definitely stoked to be here and see how this round plays out.
We're back at the Princeton Country Club this afternoon. Holes a little bit more wind exposed than we've seen throughout much of the week. That is, other than the other round we played right here. And we start off at hole number 1.
We've got 244 feet here, nice and wide open to start us off. Looks like we're playing on a nice little hillside here to give some putts a little bit of trouble.
Out of bounds short and long over the cart path.
What would it mean to you to win?
Well, that's what I came here to do. So that's my goal. But if I can't get on top, my goal is to beat Morgan. That's my second goal.
Little sisterly rivalry there. I love it. This is Jordan holding a 1-stroke lead going into the final round. Jordan favors the backhand while her twin sister favors the forehand.
What would winning mean for you?
Like I said yesterday, I feel like it would be kind of a dream of mine. I've always wanted to win a world championship for the last year. I came last year, got 7th, junior world 2nd, so I feel like it'd be overcoming something that I haven't done before. So I really haven't gotten that first place title.
Cadence Burge played her way up from the chase card yesterday to make this final round final foursome.
How cool. Love to see the fight here. Trying to get a peek around that tree.
What would winning this mean to you?
It will be super awesome, but I'm not going to put any added pressure on myself. I'm just going to play my game, try to play smart, and stay clear of the OB and the water. And try not to hit any cameramans again.
Morgan took dead aim on a cameraman on the back 9 here at the Princeton Country Club a couple of days ago.
Morgan kind of mirroring her sister with the forehand.
What would winning this whole thing mean to you?
It would be crazy. I haven't been playing that long, but to win a world championship in a year and a half would just be absolutely wild. I would never have dreamed this.
Rounding off the card, we have Shiru. Looks like we have 4 great drives here and some putts to see we can make happen.
Shiru first from just inside circle's edge there. A lot of topography here at Princeton Country Club.
Mm-hmm. Easy comebacker for Shiru.
And here's Morgan.
So close.
Soft bid there.
Jordan with a good birdie to start. Cadence closest to the pin here. Taking her time, great birdie to start the round.
Everybody else cleans up their pars, and we are off and running here at the Country Club, where you get to sort of ease your way into the round, but the challenge is coming.
Nice look at Shiru.
Plastic Addicts is proud to sponsor the coverage of the 2022 PDGA Amateur World Championships. Use code 22AMWorlds to get 10% off store-wide from now until the end of July. Orders over $70, shipped free. Thanks for choosing Plastic Addicts.
All right, guys, we're looking at hole 2 here, 552 feet, a nice par 4 for our second hole.
All ball golf greens and sand traps here at the Country Club play as out of bounds. That cart path is inbounds, as the players will play over the green to this basket location tucked back here in sort of a triangle of space. Long, both right and left, is also out of bounds. Don't want to go into the bushes.
Got Jordan here, teeing off, holding the box.
Nice safe tee shot to a pretty common landing area over there by that yellow post.
Cadence with another nice looking backhand.
Similar effort.
Morgan with the forehand, weaving it in between these two trees here. Great little skip. She'll have a nice look at the basket there. And Shiru teeing off last.
So Cadence will play first.
What a tricky approach shot with that basket dipping down in there.
Oh, doesn't get the disc to settle in the narrow swath of inbounds over there on that side of the green.
Yeah, it looks like the challenge really comes at the latter half. Jordan here making her approach.
Great ground play there.
Yeah, just about as perfect as I think you could ask for here as an approach. Shiru playing next here. Another great ground play with that approach. And Morgan with a nice forehand. Oh, just a little bit dry.
It a little bit, gets over the low cut there in the grass, so she is in bounds.
Right.
It's Cadence now after trickling a little bit long over there into the rough and taking an out of bounds stroke.
Bit of a tester here for sure, especially in the beginning of the round. Incredible.
Oh, rolls it up and over the leading edge of the basket.
Great par save for Cadence. A nice birdie, first birdie of the round for Shiru. Morgan with a tap-in par. And Jordan with a birdie as well.
So Jordan's lead extends to 2 strokes. Everybody's still tightly bunched. And we move on.
On to hole number 3 here. We've got a par 5 at 370 feet out here in the wide open.
Yeah, this is a little bit of a miss par. There's no really getting around that fact. So everybody playing the same challenge, though, and no doubt about it, playing for the birdie, if not the eagle here on the 5th, although that uphill at the end is pretty substantial.
Yeah, and like you said, some of that topography, the hills kind of rolling up and down. Got Jordan maintaining pad here, teeing off first. Airing it out nicely.
I can tell you this is the most wind-shielded area of the entire course. It's also the hottest area of the entire course.
Shiru, second off the tee here, airing it out as well. A nice big hyzer. Cadence, third to tee here. Looks like she's taking it a little bit tighter and more aggressive. We'll see how that plays out for her.
Should be safe over there.
Rounding off the box with Morgan here. Nice and flat and direct. And everyone here might have a good look for birdie. Cadence a little bit off the fairway, but able to get some good footing. Puts it, which looks like right into the target.
Beautifully placed shot there for Jordan.
Yeah, that was a well-executed hyzer, taking it out nice and wide and knowing what distance it's going to fall to.
No surprise to see Morgan go to the forehand here. Another excellent result.
Shiru with a nice wide open look. Direct approach right at the basket.
Yeah, and gets that to settle nicely. So here's Cadence. I was afraid she might be a little on the short side here, but still an open look.
This round, testing Cadence's putting skills so far.
Oh, just up and over the top.
Yep, gave it a good life though. Good run with no consequence. Shiru putting next. Oh, I for sure thought that one was in. Unfortunate little roll into the thicket there. Coming up a little bit short for Jordan there.
Little tentative. Now here's Morgan with an eagle opportunity. In for the eagle.
That's a great get early in the round.
It really is. And yes, the hole played easy in relation to par, but at the same time, only 2 players in the entire final round field carded the eagle. So you just saw one of them. Morgan picking up strokes on the field.
Ooh, some challenging footing there for Shiru. Chalk bags are out, maybe a sign that it is getting pretty toasty on this hole, like you said.
Yep, it is. This is easily the most sun-exposed course of the 3 courses that are FA1 field played at this World Championship. So the sun will be a factor, not only because of the heat, but, you've got sunburn, you've got, sunscreen on the fingers, all of those kinds of challenges to deal with during the course of the round today.
Yeah, and I'm definitely a believer that high heat can definitely affect your mental play as well. Got a couple of birdies, eagle, and a par on the hole. Moving on to hole 4. We've got a 268-foot par 3. Wide out in the open here in the middle of this field.
Yeah, playing downhill and then back uphill a bit to this basket, which is kind of perched on a little bit of a mound. So just about any putt from any direction here is going to have a fall off of some sort behind the basket. So you want to place your disc nice and tight, maybe even use that mound as a backstop.
Got Morgan taking the box here with that eagle.
Disc sort of falls away down the hill there a little bit. I'll leave her a circle's edge putt.
Yep, just kind of proving how difficult that basket placement really is.
Jordan nicely right into the hillside.
Mm-hmm. Cadence. A little left of the line, but looks like she makes it down to the green or close to.
Perfectly pin high there, about 25 feet or so off to the left.
Shiru taking it low and direct, flashing deep of the pin. Excellent shot.
So Morgan to play first now. I think she's about a step outside of circle one.
Looks like she'll be taking her par.
See how long Shiru skipped past the hole.
Great birdie for Shiru.
Good fearless putt there from about 28 feet or so with the downhill beyond the basket. It's Cadence, maybe a step inside Shiru.
Great birdie as well. Jordan closest to the pin, last putt here. Nice, great birdie. And a par for Morgan. We've got 3 birdies and a par on the hole.
Still just that 2-stroke lead for Jordan. Everybody's still tightly bunched, and we are still early in this final round. If you want to support those who support disc golf, you have an opportunity right here to join the Patreon for Ace Run Pro. Patreons start at just $3 a month.
Moving on to hole number 5 here, we've got a lengthy par 4 at 635 feet here, playing down the fairway, down into the trees here.
Out of bounds left in the woods, out of bounds right, that would be the cart path. Out of bounds just barely long of the basket placement here makes this 5th hole one of the most difficult holes here at the country club.
Got Jordan teeing off first here. Interesting little tee pad they've got.
Yep, those are common here, I'm told, in this part of the country. They are normally the flooring for where you keep animals, like barn animals.
Okay, yeah.
So they allow for drainage, and I threw off of them. It's a little bit strange, and it can get in your head just a little bit, but I'm told by several locals that it's something that you get used to and don't even think about. So I'll take them at their word. Shiru gets over on that a little, and the tree may save her from going out. Yes, it does.
A little bit low, but still in decent position.
I'm sure there are other locals telling me how wrong I am about getting used to those tee Just going by what I was told.
Very personal thing too, but the tee pads definitely have to change with the weather and obviously the area that you're in.
Right. Shiru up and over the hill there. She'll have an open look for her third. Here's Morgan.
Approaching the pin here.
Sort of safely out in the open.
Yeah, giving herself a little bit of a look at the basket, but might be pinched off there.
Difficult to nestle the disc up into those trees enough to have a real putt here at the fifth. Cadence with the best angle.
Oh yeah, stretching it out.
Now Shiru with her third. Up and in the area of the circle. Now Morgan.
Oh, looks like she still gets up there despite a little bit of a leaf catching her there. Jordan taking it down to her knee.
Needs this to fight through. Oh, it does so nicely.
Very nice.
Now Cadence, you can see the lengthy look Cadence still had even after that excellent approach. Oh, and takes on one of those tree trunks in the way. Now she'll have a circle 2 look just to save par.
Trying to keep it low there, but ended up taking it just a little bit offline and trying to do so.
So she went up there to take a look because just a few paces beyond the basket, there is an out of bounds line that's marked with white stakes. Explains why Cadence decided to just safely lay that up.
Sometimes you have to do that. The risk isn't always worth the reward here, and there's plenty of golf left here today. Shiru getting a little bit brave, but still ending up nice and close to the basket.
There's Jordan. Softs it and then watches it roll.
Similar looking distance here as a comebacker. Gives it the high blow.
Settles that disc down before it gave her a penalty stroke and then makes that putt to save the bogey. So Jordan coming back to the field just a little bit.
Morgan getting a good par here. It looks like this one is a nice one to get a par on.
Yeah, didn't give up a single birdie on the day here in this final round. Matter of fact, played as the most difficult hole here during the final round, which
I can definitely see that with not only the distance but the technicality as you approach the green. Little check-in here. Jordan still maintaining a good lead.
Top four within 4 of each other.
Still a very tight round. Moving on to hole 6. We've got a par 3 at 278 feet. Airing it over these little bushels here.
Yeah, pretty good carry here off of the tee because not only the pond, but also this rough here is out of bounds. You can see the white line right there at the bottom of your screen. And then you've got this location right up here tucked to the left. Lots of elevation here.
That tree right at the end providing a nice guardian to the basket.
Morgan over there panning out to the right, but manages the green flag.
Yep, we'll see if that tree comes into play there for Morgan.
Jordan taking on a little bit more of a traditional line here. Just needs to clear everything and is not able to. The out of bounds kind of juts forward right there.
Yeah, this definitely looks tricky with the elevation and those snagging bushes there. Cadence, trying to play it safe, but airing a little bit wide.
Needs that to sit,
Ooh.
and it does. There we go. Shiru with the power.
Yeah, very direct, flexing it out there. Nice affirming green flag. Excellent shot for Shiru.
Cadence now from a pretty common area.
I can imagine people trying to take it a little bit safe and airing it on the right side of the basket.
She caught that tree you mentioned, Sai, so she'll have a lengthy putt for par here. Quickly now, Jordan playing across.
Morgan with the forehand, bringing it up to the green.
Looks like I might have misspoke earlier. Jordan may have taken that penalty stroke by landing on that ball golf green.
Oh, okay.
So that explains the interesting angle there for her approach. Here's Cadence now trying to save a par.
Super close, made connection with the basket.
Everybody else cleaning up here. Shiru in saving her par. And Cadence with the bogey. Jordan, though, going 2 bogeys in a row as well, so the field staying tightly bunched here.
Absolutely. And this course proving to be quite a challenge so far as we move through the holes. Heading on to hole 7, we've got a par 4 at 430 feet. Not shy of obstacles on this fairway.
No, not at all. You are safe well over there to the left. The pond is out of bounds. The OB line from the pond sort of connects over here to the cart path, which also is an out of bounds line. The ball golf green there, long and left, out of bounds as well. So lots and lots of danger here on the 7th.
Morgan teeing off first here.
Low and extra safe. So she is safe, but will have a lengthy approach over the water there for her second to a very small green.
Shiru being a little bit more aggressive here, flexing one out.
That's a very aggressive shot. Placing it right down by the water's edge.
Morgan also getting pretty aggressive here with some body English and makes it safe. Whew.
Lands and settles just a pace or two inside the OB line there.
Cadence also getting a little bit more aggressive, but it looks like just a tidbit safer than Morgan and Jordan. Or Morgan and Shiru, I mean.
Morgan, the long approach over the water. It needs this to stick. It does so. Does not skip up onto the cart path. She's safe and at circle's edge.
Cadence with a standstill from her drive. And Jordan also with a nice standstill approach of both over the water here. Getting
Nicely
it up
done.
into the green, yep.
Shiru almost a jump putt.
Yep, and closest to the pin with her approach there. Morgan furthest out, first to putt here. Beautiful.
Big time putt there, knowing you're the first to go with everybody else tied into the hole.
Excellent. Both sisters carting the birdie here.
Now, Cadence, just a little bit of pressure, knowing that you've got 2 birdies already in.
Not to be big putted, puts it in. It's a real thing, I swear.
Everybody in with the birdie, our first star frame of the afternoon.
What a well-executed hole for the difficulty for these ladies here.
One, 2, 3, and 4, each separated by a stroke.
Moving on to hole number 8 here. We've got a par 4 at 405 feet, playing over this wide expanse of grass here.
Yeah, it drops down after the tee box and then back up and over. Pretty exposed to the elements here, especially if there is any wind swirling around the golf course. You've got the basket sort of nestled between 3 large tree trunks, so the play tends to be short and left, or players will try to go around the right and to the back side of the basket.
No shortage of technicality on the green here. Definitely consistently playing more difficult as you throw down the fairway. Shiru with a nice powerful throw. Getting a great skip in that optimal position you were mentioning.
Jordan sort of following Shiru's line there.
Not quite getting the skip Shiru had gotten, though, but not too far out of position from what it looks like. Cadence airing it out nice and straight. A small skip there, but that shouldn't be too troublesome.
So Jordan to play first now.
Testing that wind you were mentioning, we can see the ponytails flipping just a little bit out here. Beautiful.
Oh, what a perfectly executed upshot that was for a stress-free drop-in birdie.
Morgan in a pretty good position here.
Gives that a little bit of height to give it a chance. Might be a little bit walled off by 2 of those 3 tree trunks, though. We'll have to wait and see.
Cadence with the forehand as well. Wrapping it around.
Yeah, probably didn't plan for that roll, but she'll take it as it puts her in an open spot for that putt. And Shiru off the tree trunk.
Still has some decent look at the basket here, thankfully. Ooh. A little bit of cage action there, but a great run nonetheless. Cadence putting it in for birdie with a nice putt. A little bit of a tester from what I would consider.
Yeah, it's a little bit uphill. Sort of an odd angle there. The wind hasn't been too much of a factor here so far today, as it has been throughout the week, especially here at this country club layout. We'll see if that stays status quo for the rest of the round as Shiru puts in her birdie putt. And
great putting perspective here. I love this view.
oh yeah, isn't it great?
Morgan tapping in the par.
So 3 out of 4 birdieing here at the 8th, the second easiest hole on the course today.
Jordan bringing it back up to a 2-stroke lead here. Moving on to our final hole for the front 9, hole 9. Got a par 3 at 382. With a little bit of technicality as we tee off here.
Yeah, no doubt about it. The cart path is in bounds. The painted line to the left and beyond, which is mostly that very thick rough, that is out of bounds, and it absolutely does come into play. Saw many a tee shot skip off to the left and out of bounds.
Yeah, I could definitely see that no matter which side of the tree you're trying to play here.
Shiru taking the out and around route and executing it to perfection.
Not even phased by that truck. Jordan teeing off here.
Oh, catches some of the thicker grass there. Doesn't get the skip back across the cart path, so we'll have a long birdie putt. Cadence also.
Yeah. Airing it out nice and high. Oh.
Yeah. Doesn't get the ground play, though. She'll be on the other side of the cart path.
Mm-hmm.
Taking the inside route.
Our odd man out here with the forehand.
Good result there. Very common place to be. So
nice wide open putt.
You can see now just how short Cadence ended up because this just didn't get the reaction she needed. So a nice safe upshot to save a par.
Easy approach. Not certain, but it almost looked like there was a little bit of life in that approach there. Morgan with a bit of a, bit of a long distance. Oh, that looked really well done with the step through.
Good, confident bid there.
I love to see it.
CTP on a 382-foot par 3. Oh,
another really confident bid, yeah.
So everyone now looking to save pars and move on.
Par for Jordan. Tap in par for Morgan as well. And Shiru to conclude our front 9 here.
A quick look at the leaderboard there. Jordan maintaining that 2-stroke lead as our players walk off this, the 81st hole of this World Championship. Just 9 holes remaining before we crown a champion. And if you've been with us this long, I know you're going to stay with us for just a little bit longer. Cy and I will be back shortly with the final 9, the back 9 of this 5th round here at the 2022 PDGA Amateur Disc Golf World Championships.